Without an audience, a filmmaker is just somebody sitting in the room all alone with nobody to show a film to. So it's so crucial and so wonderful to be able to show a film in public to strangers and to film lovers, and just to hear the reaction in the room, to hear laughter or gasps. It just brings the film alive. Here in the Black Box on a Monday night, it's Film Devour number 34. Great selection of short films from Northern Irish filmmakers from all kinds of backgrounds. I'm a filmmaker too. I'm showing a film there tonight that I wrote and directed called Three Wishes. Really hope it goes well. Hope people enjoy it. Really enjoying all the films I'm seeing tonight, so lovely to see other people's work.
Like I've always said to kind of anyone who's been here, Devour's been my film school, because you've to, it gives you a deadline. You have to make a film every kind of 3 or 4 months, and it was brilliant. And you get to watch it with an audience, and I think that taught me a lot. Not just putting it on YouTube and you get a little bit of response. Seeing a room with people will make you cut scenes and cut moments, and like if I'm in the edit now, I can think about the audience at Devour.
Oh, it's amazing. I love coming here. I mean, I come here even if I'm not in anything. It's just to meet everybody, just to stay in the community, to support the community, and big each other up, because that's what you need to do. You need to big each other up and go, yeah, you can do that. Get out and do more. It's such an important thing that Brian and everybody here are doing for us.
The networking opportunity you have if you work in short films, if you want to work in short films, if you're a writer, actor, cinematographer, you can meet someone here who's like-minded, and you can go off and do a project. I see relationships basically built, and people go off and work together, and then they come back and show their stuff on screen. So it's absolutely integral. Then there's an audience member. If you're not involved in that, you can just come and watch locally made stories. The Director's Choice Award went to Monochrome by Aidan Largy, which is a worthy winner. Aidan was basically submitted to the first ever Devour, and he's been basically a filmmaker who's grown since that first Devour. He's went off, he's doing professional stuff, and that shows. And I think the other directors who voted for him feel that as well. I think they can realise there's a progression there with him as a filmmaker. Worthy winner.
I was very surprised, but it was very lovely. It was kind of, I think it's a sign of how much good work the cast and crew did. I think it's a film that looks amazing on the big screen, and everybody worked so hard. Fergus and the sound mix, Rye shooting it, the sets, all the actors. I just think it was really nice. Thank you.
The audience choice went to Coffin Fit, Thomas McKeown, starring Kathy Brennan-Bradley, who's a familiar face to anyone who's came to Devour. She's been starred in a lot of movies, and she's an incredible actress. And again, that was very dramatic, very thought-provoking, and beautifully shot. And the performances are, I kind of welled up with the audience, I think, watching that. It was a lovely film. And again, a worthy winner, but it could have been any number of films, they were that good.
I'm rather chuffed and delighted and shocked and surprised and all that kind of stuff. It really deserves it, because Thomas, the writer and director, is just pure awesome. He is a joy to work with both his cast and his crew, how he treats people, his kindness, and his clever, wonderful eye. There's a scene in the film where it's quite a long scene. We're in the back of a car, and it looks as if I'm being really clever, but I'm not at all. I'm just being poked as to when to say the next line. He had it timed out so perfectly and brilliantly. He's a joy to work with. I'm so proud of him.
My name is John Monaghan, and I wrote and directed Owner of a Lonely Heart. So Owner of a Lonely Heart follows Jerry, who is a widow who decides to put himself back out there and try speed dating. And what he finds is getting back into the dating world may be a bit more strange and wacky and more nerve-wracking for him than he might have thought. I mean, we made our previous short in between lockdowns during COVID, so when it was doing festivals last time, we didn't get to any. So once this short went out into the world, the plan was to get to as many as we possibly could, and Devour is one that we've been coming to from we were moving image art students back at A-level, so to actually be at it and to be the opening film and to watch my own short was just great, and to see it with an audience and catch that reaction as well was just brilliant.
see all the movies. So if you're part of the audience.
The short take is a night that me and Ricky Davis run in the Strand. It's a short film night for film lovers, focused on directors. When we kind of do a retrospective of the director's work, we like to be able to see where they've come from, see their kind of progression through short films into feature films. Then we have a little bit of a chat with them in a Q&A. We show kind of a body of their work. This is the third night that we've run it. Our first night was with Ryan Lennon, a Belfast filmmaker. Our second night was with Lisa Kew, an incredible filmmaker. And now we're very proud to announce having Aisling Clarke show her films in the Strand.
So we'll be screening some of Aisling Clarke's work from throughout her career, so early career shorts, chatting to Aisling, she'll be there, maybe some clips from her longer form stuff as well, questions from the audience. It's all about really the art form that is short films and kind of appreciating what they are, and just an opportunity to see a body of work from a filmmaker rather than like a film in isolation, especially shorts, because they screen in like Belfast Film Festival or maybe Film Devour or different festivals, and then they're kind of gone and you kind of miss your chance. So it's nice to see a filmmaker's body of work and like a second chance to like appreciate their short films.
Aisling's an incredible Irish filmmaker. She has a real pedigree of work. She really impressed with a breakthrough film called Devil's Doorway. A lot of people might remember. She's working on an Irish language horror film called Free Waka that some people might have seen in preview of during Belfast Film Festival. And of course, like a lot of filmmakers, she started off with short films.
It's great to see filmmakers from here make that step, because a first feature is hard enough, a second feature is like really hard, and even within a short frame of time, like that's impressive. And I think people will be interested about her journey and how she's got there, and also just the subject of her films, like horror and folk horror and like Irish folk tales, kind of tapping into that. So people get an opportunity to ask her questions.
I'm thrilled that Film Devour has returned. I'm so glad that they're back showing short films to the community. It's also a great opportunity for people to meet up and get pints, to catch up. So it's a great social point of the calendar. I'm just thrilled it's back, and long may it continue.
Film Devour is so important, especially for, I'd say, younger filmmakers starting out, and you get eyes on your film and you get audience reaction, you can see echoes in the room. You get to talk to other filmmakers and network, and you know, it might lead to your next project. And having somewhere, a space in the centre of Belfast where people can come, see your film, get your name out there, and you can get chatting to everybody. It's an invaluable networking opportunity that doesn't feel like networking. So Brian and the whole team that he has here put on such a good night for filmmakers, and encourage any young filmmakers or just any filmmakers at all, if you want to come somewhere in Belfast and meet other filmmakers and see your thing on the screen, I'd say Devour is, try and get into it, because it's so different than when you see it on your laptop.
Oh, it's so important. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the whole independent scene. Even a generation of people who are now just starting to make stuff after COVID. Like, I was telling them, you gotta submit to Devour, and you know, it's going to give people a platform. It's going to give people a deadline. It's actually really important to get in a room with people and watch your films.
They're getting out and they're doing it. So you cannot comment on anything else other than, yes, go you. You're getting out and you're doing it, and you're bringing it to us to laugh and watch and really enjoy.
Do you know what? I rely on my great team, and it's almost a well-oiled machine now, you know. But equally, I look forward to, after the stress and stuff, I kind of, when the movies are running and they're working, I look forward to seeing them with an audience, because I've seen them on a laptop a few times to make sure they work, and I've liked what I've liked and stuff. But until you see it with an audience, it's just, you can't really put your finger on it. It's the collective, you know. It's just scenes work much better, films work much better with an audience, you know.